Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's once again get right to the news.
Okay, we're going to cover some more of a Collider interview done with Diego Luna. We're just kind of going to talk some about the decisions that shaped Andor into who he's going to be in Rogue One.
Cool.
And this conversation kind of ranges from Kino Loy's supposed death, the decision to kill Skeen, things that all combine. It'll maybe a little dabble into what he thinks is going to happen in Season 2. We'll see.
I like that they say supposed death.
Well, I say supposed
Everybody wants
death.
Kino
Everyone
back.
just says death. I say supposed death.
They didn't kill him.
Because even Tony Gilroy said that we didn't, he's not sure if he wants to bring the character back, so he hasn't really confirmed or denied that Kino is dead.
Hey, this is Star Wars. No one's ever really gone. Besides, the Empire would want to torture him or ask some questions. Ask some questions
at
forcibly.
The very least.
Yeah, and get some information from him, very nicely. He was
and
the
then
guy
make an example of him.
He was the guy who led the revolt. He literally says his name.
He was the guy.
He was the guy. Though Andor was kind of the guy too.
But we don't know if he was pushed
and
possibly
and others.
Drowned.
I would like to believe that they pushed him. That he
think about it. Cassian got pushed.
Yeah, well, he said in his speech, if you see someone hesitating or not, scared or whatever, help them. So I'm going to assume he said that because he knew he wouldn't have the courage to jump into the water and drown himself. That's a hard thing to do, right? So he probably was hoping someone would push him in. I don't know.
But let's actually get into the interview here.
But it's Kino. We talk Kino.
We'll talk about Kino
he's
later
like my
in
new
the interview.
favorite character in Star Wars. Well,
wow.
No.
Sit down, Luke. So in the 6th episode, after the whole Aldhani mission, Skeen revealed his true motives, which was making money. And then Cassian shot him dead.
Yep.
Yes. The actor kind of explained how this decision reflects Cassian's acceptance of what it means to be part of a team.
I kind of saw it as like a no way out for him. Like if he tries to rat him out, they're going to believe, Skeen over him.
But at the same time, he's protecting Nemik and Vel.
Sure.
You know what'll happen. If Skeen's like, hey, I want to take this money, you don't think Skeen's going to go in there and get rid of those guys?
Probably.
Exactly.
But
Cassian made a decision to save them and continue the mission.
He saves himself, too.
If he could have gone with Skeen. He could have actually heard Skeen's story. He could have shot Skeen dead and walked away with the money himself.
If Skeen is going to double-cross the others that he's been with for longer, he's going to double-cross him as well.
Needs a pilot.
Andor knows that. Well, sure, but once he doesn't need a pilot... I'm simply saying it's a very no-win situation for Andor when Skeen says that, because he knows this guy is completely untrustworthy. He knows he's probably going to off him at some point. And you do make a good point. It is trying to save maybe or protect Vel and Nemik, so...
Because he didn't know Nemik was gone.
I'm just saying he can't win that one. There's no way to win, but he doesn't take all the money, so I guess that's a good sign.
Right, because he could have just said, okay, well, I'll take all the money.
and the ship, I'm gone, yeah.
I'm gone. What Luna says is, I would say he just went through the first time of experiencing actual teamwork in terms of trusting others with your life. He goes through that with this team, and when he realizes he should not have trusted this person, how dangerous someone you can't trust can be when you're trying to put together or organize something in terms of what you can do as a community. Basically, everyone else is to be trusted there, and having one leak is very dangerous. Faith is involved. You have to believe in the person next to you, not just that you can trust them, but that they will deliver. He realizes that he's been next to someone that would not put his hand there for him. And it's interesting why or how fast the character makes choices that are going to define everything. That's how the season starts. Basically with him finding out he has to kill this person. This is the second time that it happens, and he tells you that he's not afraid or scared of making a complicated choice like that, and he's taking care of the whole team. He doesn't know Nemik is gone. He's feeling part of a team for the first time. Okay.
I didn't exactly see it that way. He does, like you said, he doesn't take all the money, which means he does care about the others. If he didn't care about them, he's just going to take all the money and run.
Right.
So.
He could have been like, I saved your guys' life. Skeen was a bad guy. Now I'm a bad guy. I'm taking the money and I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Instead, he only took what was promised to him. He paid the guy for the ship.
Yeah.
He gave back the Sky Kyber crystal to Vel.
That's right. Luthen's crystal.
He did everything that was actually honorable in that situation that he could do.
Yes.
Given the circumstance he was put in.
Yeah, like I said, he had to kill Skeen too. Because even if Skeen, he says no to him, Skeen still has to now basically kill Andor, or he has to rat him out and get him into trouble with the others. It's a very crappy situation to find yourself in when that guy betrays you like that.
If Cassian wouldn't have shot him, he would have been killed, and he would have just gone and been like, I had to kill Cassian, guys. He was going to steal the money.
Yeah,
because Skeen's not a pilot. He has to set up something else than to steal the money.
In an odd sort of way, Andor not taking the money, only taking what was due him, is his evidence or proof that he didn't just kill Skeen or didn't try to swindle them all.
Absolutely.
It's kind of proof that Skeen was the asshat that Andor's claiming him to be in that moment.
Luna kind of goes on to talk about Cassian's character growth by this point. He says he's protecting a team for the first time, a team he's about to leave behind. But it's that hint of like, oh, I'm part of something and I have to protect them. He's someone capable of forgiving himself, which is something that makes people different. We all make mistakes, but if you give yourself a second chance, that says you're someone special. This guy is like that. He's not going to then go talk to someone and say like, look, Skeen was trying to do this. He makes the choice himself in a second. He moves on. The conversation with himself is open. He's honest to himself. I like that about this man. I don't know.
It's hard to be honest with yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easy to lie to yourself. It's easy to want to believe something.
Well, and he forgived himself for what he did.
Forgive?
He understood what he did, and he forgave himself, and he moved on.
See, I forgive you for saying forgived. Or whatever
if
you
you
said.
did, you wouldn't have brought it up again. So
I'm trying to score points or something.
You're
I think I'm
actually
losing
taking points away from yourself.
Yeah.
All right. The 10th episode brought the possible, I keep saying possible, death of fan favorite, of course, Kino Loy. One of the most memorable things from the first season is I can't swim.
Yep.
Diego Luna revealed that had Cassian known Kino couldn't swim, he would have changed the escape plan. Kino knew that, and that's why he didn't say a word.
Honorable. Self-sacrificing. everything you want out of Star Wars in that moment is Kino Loy. Go figure.
Exactly.
When you meet him, you never would think like that's the epitome of Star Wars right there. No.
Well, and Cassian even too.
Yes. Well, yes and no. I mean, it's interesting because a Jedi would almost kind of, to use a Star Trek analogy, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. You would kind of have to, as I know that sounds kind of crappy, but a Jedi would make that decision. Like, sorry, Kino, your life has to be sacrificed for others.
But I still think he would have tried.
Well, sure. He's not going to just say, oh, well, we can just throw him in the water. That's done with him. No, he's going to try. But, the Jedi have to make hard decisions sometimes. And that's one of the things I find fascinating about them is they have to, every once in a while, do something not so on the up and up.
Right, but here is what Diego Luna had to say. He would have tried everything. Everything. Kino would have to push him to save him. I mean, we didn't shoot any alternate endings, but I already started thinking about so many. I think probably that if he hadn't been pushed, Rogue One would not have been there. I tell you this, Kino doesn't find out. He doesn't, know how to swim just before jumping, right? Kino doesn't say it because of a reason. I think that these two know each other well, so in that moment, Kino knows if Cassian would have known, he would change the plan and tried to come up with another idea, but not jumping into the open water. I think Kino knows, and I think you should know. If you're saying you love the show and you've seen the whole show, you should know. I mean, by this moment, this guy, he's a team worker. He commits not just to the ideas, but to people. I think that's a big, big lesson he gets in prison. But you are as strong as the connection with your team is. That's where your strength is in the capacity we have to think bigger than just ourselves. Cassian would have grabbed the microphone and started giving the speech when he thinks Kino is not delivering, but he wants to see Kino deliver. He's like pushing, he did in that moment, he pushed Kino to success. Be truthful, to give that rousing speech.
Couldn't we have found some floaties for Kino?
I wish. There had to be life jackets type things somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, a drunken night on the station, you've never had one of the Imperials fall out the hatch? I don't know. You just think there would be something.
What's fascinating about the I can't swim thing is when you rewatch the episode knowing that it changed. I love when something at the end of the episode can change your perception of the episode, so when you watch it again, you see it differently. That's one of those things, because at first you're like, well, why is he so hesitant? Is it because he just gets to go home in 200 days, and now he's realizing that's not happening, so he still wants to believe that? It's actually because he can't swim. And so when you rewatch it, you see all this doubt and hesitation. It's because he knows he's condemning himself to death for the others.
Mm-hmm. It's very tragic.
Yeah. It's beautifully done.
When looking ahead at the second season, Luna kind of explained his character arc. We know it's going to conclude with the Cassian we meet in Rogue One, and he's not there yet. He says, I think what happens after the prison and in the next episodes is that he understands what he's fighting against. He understands the need for a revolution because he understands what oppression means, basically, and how little freedom he has, and how unfair the world is that he lives in. But there's still so much for him to learn in terms of working as a team. I think the first season we see him trying to survive, and which is not necessarily being part of something. It's reacting to. But now, yeah, he has to learn a lot from Luthen and the others, from other experiences, other events, in order to be the person we meet in Rogue One. The responsibility he takes on at the beginning of Rogue One is huge. Imagine what has to happen for someone to say he's the right person to do it. Cassian Andor is going to be the person we're going to trust with this. There's a lot for him to discover and a big transformation to come. He's really far from that. The one of episode 12, it's so far from that. But the spark is there. There's an awakening and it has happened, and now we need to witness 4 years of the life of this man.
Someone just found out Kino Loy didn't make it.
Oh, don't say that.
That was her favorite.
What was her favorite? Sorry, Yuna.
But anyway, yeah, I feel like he's ready to become the Rogue One Cassian.
I think so too. He's taken his first steps.
Into now we need world.
To see. Now we need to see four
we're
years into what.
We're not torturing cats here. Just I want to get that out of the way right now.
She's probably got her favorite toy and is walking around with it.
Yes, she likes to prance around with her favorite toy and cry. Figure that out. I don't know. But anyway.
Sorry, this is very distracting.
I know, I can't even. But yeah, I think we get to eventually see more moments in time that kind of make him the totally all for the cause Cassian that we see in Rogue One. The
Cassian that we see who's willing to sacrifice Galen Erso for the greater good.
Yeah.
Who's probably willing to, at times to go ahead and take out Jyn if he needs to.
Well, yeah, I think he was ready to do whatever he had to do.
I mean, remember what Chirrut said about him.
But
does he look like a murderer or a killer? Yeah, because he has that aura of somebody who will kill and has killed when he believes it's the right thing to do.
Or to save his own butt, which is how it starts out as.
Well, we'll see exactly.
Well, I mean, in the first episode of Andor, he does it to save his own butt.
That is very true.
Yeah, and then he, killing Skeen is kind of protecting others. So soon it's, in the name of the entire galaxy, I suppose. He'll kill people. He's moving up the world.
He is. He's changing things.
Yes.
He's a mover, a shaker, all that good stuff.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that is all we got for you this time. The cats have quieted, so tell us what you think about, anything and everything Diego Luna had to say in this interview. And tell us, I always love a good Kino Loy theory. Is he dead? Is he alive? What's going on with him? Will we see him again? Sorry, I'm obsessed with Kino. Anyway, leave your comments below. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.